Hey, if you're a first responder, police, Navy, military, and you don't want a clipper haircut to make it look like you just had a clipper haircut, watch this video. Okay, so today we are working on a traditional men's barbering, but with scissors, not a clippers. The traditional men's barbering is usually high and tight, but a lot of guys try to do it round, and Curtis's wife told me to fix it. So instead of rounding it, we're gonna try to keep it square, very masculine, square, and it'll be perfect for the Navy, right?
Sounds good.
Okay, so the best way to explain it is I'm kind of standing over here. Usually I'd stand over there in front of my section, but for the purpose of the video, I have to show you kind of like what I'm doing. To give you an idea, I kind of go like recession-wise, and you have to kind of create a guideline, so you'll do block cutting like around the perimeter, and then that way just kind of fade to that line. And that's how you don't round it, and then you use that guideline everywhere else in the head. Simple enough. Really long.
Well, yeah, I haven't cut it in 2 months now, probably. So essentially,
it must be getting upset with you.
Well, you know, yeah, I was to get you some experience just doing snap work.
Okay, so here's one very valid pointer. I was teaching this in the salon. It looks really funny, but if you're really new at this and you really don't know what you're doing, take like a really thick comb, something like quite thick, and just like go in and just kind of like scissor over comb or clipper over comb up to that point, and then get finer combs as you go. So 4 different lengths of combs. You can see this one's like perfect, and you can just complete the fade just in this area and slowly work up. Okay, so now what I do is I take a section kind of like up a few inches, and it just kind of creates a guideline to cut everything and just pull everything and redirect it over to allow more length in the recession area. And you just keep going all the way around the head. Okay, so now what I do is you kind of see like a heavy weight line. I just kind of blend it in a little bit more, and that way you have a smooth transition. A little different when you do clippers, it's like you don't necessarily get a smooth transition when you're coming out. So you usually take thinning shears or basically the scissors with all the teeth, and just kind of like chomp with a bit and try to like remove the line. I'm just gonna show you how to do it with scissors. Okay, so now what I do is, now that I've got kind of like this all figured out and, you know, smooth transition, I can go through with like either a razor or a set of clippers, just kind of like smooth out things. I prefer a razor. The reason why is it just gives you a lot softer edge. Curtis is in the Navy, so sometimes I'm sure he probably wants like a really sharp line, or his senior officers probably want a really sharp line. I'm guessing. I don't know. Do they?
Normally, yeah.
So in that case, okay, notice how I tucked the ear away. I was talking about this yesterday with one of the girls here. Tuck the ear away, pull the ear down. You know, it's like usually people don't have a problem with that because, you know, your ears, you don't really notice anything unless you have sore ears. So ask them before you do it. But in this case, I'm doing a YouTube video, so he doesn't really get a choice. Okay, so now that I've kind of like built the sides and the corner, like if we kind of go head on, you kind of build the sides and the corner. When things start to dry out, it's just like you'll have corners now. What you can do is you do like a center profile, cut this kind of like shorter to longer. The reason why you're doing shorter to longer is when you go to the side, the head rounds. So if you go shorter to longer or over direct the front, it does keep it square. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now that I've kind of created that center profile, I just kind of use it as a guideline and fill in the gaps and rest of the haircut. Okay, so here we are, haircut's almost done. We built corners. He can have a little bit more length towards the front. If you wanted to, you could over direct a lot of this back, still keeping things square. Now, when you pull it up, you should create this corner. That corner needs to be there. So when you go throughout the haircut, if this corner's gone, you've just rounded it. So you need this corner in place, which means it's gonna be a little bit longer in here, but that's good because then Curtis's wife will be a lot happier. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. From your comments, I'm creating a whole bunch of new content. So what should I create? Comment down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I release videos every week.